Hey, hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I'm so glad you all could make it. Like, Sundays are for nothing. What are we doing? But we're so grateful that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Should we get started, Andrea? Do we don't have anything
Yeah,
else for announcements? Oh, I'm
no,
so
let's get
excited.
started because people want to know who won.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for joining the Cannabis Wellness Giveaway this month. I was sitting this morning and going through all the entries and making sure everything was verified and seeing people's comments, like all of your comments come in about, reflecting on the meditations and the dosing and what you were learning throughout this month was really, really incredible to me. And I just wanted to just extend a heartfelt thank you for doing this work, for not just putting your email address in, but for going the extra mile, for commenting, for listening to podcasts, and committing to learning and applying the things that you're learning throughout this month. It was awesome. So I'd love to hear from some of you also in the chat if you did some of the meditations and did the dosage and like stayed committed to it throughout the month. What that was like for you. Were there any like big shifts for any of you? Were there any aha moments after listening to a podcast or watching a video? I would just love to hear if you guys had any big moments during this month, or if you're feeling better at the end of the month and committing to this kind of cannabis wellness activity schedule than you were at the beginning. I'd love to hear more about that. And while you guys are putting that in the chat, I want to announce our first couple winners. You want to do it, Andrea? Yeah. All right,
Always,
Andrea's gonna let us know. Huh?
always. I love announcing winners.
Yeah, it's Andrea's favorite part. I'm gonna let her do the winner announcing because I got to like tearfully look at all of the entries today. So since I got to do that part, I'll give her the warm and fuzzies of announcing our first three winners of the Cannabis Cooking Masterclass. You get everything in the masterclass, totally for free, so you can get to cooking if you aren't already. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead,
and
Andrea.
even if you were already, Corinne is going to teach you some tricks to make that process easier, more effective. And I guarantee you, she'll teach you that you can put weed in or on places that you didn't think you could. So enjoy that. Congratulations to the three runners up, Bethany Sarnwook, Patricia Shepard, and Allie Hutchinson. You all won the Cannabis Cooking Masterclass. So congratulations.
Wait, you're on the
Please.
call. We got two of them. You're on the
Yeah, I know. I
call.
just saw that.
It's so exciting.
And Corinne, will we reach out to them right away with it or
Yep.
perfect?
Yep. I'll send you guys the link. I will go through. Oh, cool. I'll go through after this call and send you all emails and directions depending on what you want, and it'll be easy. You'll know exactly where to sign up. Cool. Okay. Can we talk about this now? My little camera won't show it. It's my camera's obsessed with me. It follows me everywhere. So this is the Arden FX. I know so many of you joined us because of this purple device. If you don't know what it is, it's a decarboxylator and canna butter maker or infuser. It is our favorite kitchen gadget of all time. I absolutely love this thing. And I was talking, we had an interview with Chanel, and some of you listened to that podcast. And when Chanel and I were prepping for the podcast, who invented this device and told us her story about why she invented this device, I was like, Chanel, like I bought my first house and remodeled it from talking about this one gadget, like this one device, this thing that you invented, just sharing it with people. Like I was able to buy my first house and I was like, thank you so much. And she's like, you should tell people that. You should teach people how to do that. Like, why are you telling people that this is the case? Now, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been recommending this product, or the first product that she made, which was in 2017. And so it was a long period of time. But I was looking over the numbers and it was over $200,000 sharing free recipes and talking about like, hey, this is the one I like to use. It was a very low key thing. It allowed me to offer free content to people, which for some of you who mentioned that you were going pro or you're already cannabis educators, offering free content is big for us. We want people to know about this. We want to scream it from the rooftops. We don't want to be like, hey, you have to buy my stuff in order to get this information. But this was a great way for me to be able to monetize it while still offering that to the general public. And so one of the things that I think is really cool is not only are we giving away one of these, but the grand prize winner who gets the certified cannabis educator program also gets a class where we talk about doing this kind of affiliate work. Now, affiliate work isn't just cool because like it can help you buy a house. It's also cool because cannabis companies in particular have a really hard time advertising their products, right? You can't say the C word in a lot of places. It's really hard to advertise on the typical channels that people advertise their products on. And so to be able to partner with a small woman-owned business, a woman who invented something that makes my life absolutely the best, like it really is an incredible game changer. And to be able to have such a like a supportive way to create content and be able to share that is amazing. So we teach that in the Certified Cannabis Educator program as well. So the full grand prize winner will get that class. They'll also get the 8-week Cannabis Educator training program, where you'll learn to confidently speak about cannabis science with real human beings in a way that actually can change their mind and can change their lives. You'll also get the business building foundations, like the simple stuff like setting up an LLC, what to name your business, how to get payment processors, which is tricky for us in the cannabis industry as well. So navigating those kinds of things, the business aspect and the cannabis education aspect, right? Getting out there into the world and talking about this plant in a way that you can actually make money doing it. So you'll win all of that. Am I missing anything from the basic cannabis educator program?
No,
The
you
basic
got it.
foundations?
You nailed it. Yeah.
Okay. And then they'll also get the business building bundle, which we offer now. That's really rad. It's a done for you website. So you get a fully done website. We were so tired of cannabis educators going out into the world and they have all this amazing information. They're like, hang on in 1 second. I'm going to be a web developer for the next 15 months. And then they come back with like this website and they're all like, okay, I made a website. And you're like, oh, well, half the buttons don't work. I'm sorry. So that is part of the business building bundle. You'll get a website. You also get 14 done for you cannabis workshops that you can roll out either as a monthly cannabis club in your community. You can go traveling, you can hit the road with these cannabis workshops. You can do them in your town, whatever works for you, but they're fully done for you. So it's the handouts, the slideshows, all of that stuff. And then you'll also get a retreat in the box, which is if you want to do a cannabis retreat, if any of you are interested in putting out that kind of experience for folks, it's a short 1 to 5 day retreat. Everything you need, all the spreadsheets, all the handouts, all the things is all in that business bundle. You also get the freelancer masterclass. So if you want to get paid writing for other publications about cannabis, Danielle Simone Brand, the author of Weed Mom, came on to teach that class. And so that's part of the bundle as well. Am I missing anything there?
All the content. We also give you like done for you templates and checklists and things to do and things to avoid if you're going to make your business be run partially by a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel. So again, it's all done for you so that you don't have to waste time figuring it out. You can just be out there sharing the good word of this plant with the world.
Yes. Oh, and I have 2 more things. The other part is the support in the community. So you're going to get 6 months total support if you win the grand prize. That's monthly calls with Andrea and I, where we answer your cannabis science questions, your business questions, your content questions. We get together to do that. You also have access to online community with grad mentor support not 24/7, 24/5. Daily support. Like, we don't usually work on Sundays, guys. But yeah, so it's all the support as well. And we are now an internationally accredited program with the International Practitioners of Holistic Medicine. So it is an accredited program, if that's something that you were wondering. Even if you weren't wondering, I just really wanted to say it because it was so exciting. It's like, we're accredited. Cannabis is going legit. So that is everything that is included in the grand prize. Shall we name our final? Oh no, wait, hang on. Before that, before we name the winners, I do want to let you all know, if you're interested in the program I just talked about, we're doing something special for this call only. We've never done this before. We're offering the foundations of the Certified Cannabis Educator program for 1 payment today of $297 and 1 more payment next month of $297. You can also do that at $497 for the entire program. And if you do it for $497, you'll get a one-on-one coaching call with me after you graduate, so we can plan your next steps in rolling out your cannabis education business. So I'll put the link in. I know that was a lot of information we threw your way. Again, we wanted to pack as much in as we could without taking too much of your time. We'll open up for questions in just a minute, but I wanted to let you know that even if you didn't win, we've got a screamer of a deal for you. So I'll put that link in the chat and Andrea can announce our final 2 winners.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say the reason that we have such a screamer of a deal on this call is because we could see how much time and energy and effort so many of you put into this month-long contest. And we saw earlier in some of the chat comments that it really does make a difference when we're looking at cannabis in a more intentional way and thinking about it more intentionally. So thank you so much for just sharing your energy and time with us. We've really appreciated being along for the journey. So now we get to go on to winners, right, CT? Okay, cool. So first, we're going to announce the winner of the purple device, which is going to change your life and make all of your cooking so much easier in the kitchen. And that winner is Denise Cromer. Is Denise here? No, dang it. But congratulations to her. And then the full ride scholarship winner. This is for the whole program, the educator program, plus the business building bundle. So like drum roll, please. My own little drum roll. Samira Johnson, congratulations. Yeah, we're really excited to welcome you into the program. So yeah, congratulations, Samira.
Oh, wonderful,
Yay.
wonderful. Awesome. Thank you all so much again. We're here to answer any questions you have about the program, about cannabis science, about any things that popped in your head about cannabis and wellness as you were doing this this month. We would love to hear from you. So if you have any questions, you can pop in the chat or raise your virtual hand or raise your real hand if you're on video. And we'd love to connect.
And Corinne, that coupon for the screamer of a deal, it's good for how long? Did it say up here? 72 hours. Okay.
Yeah, it's not you don't need a coupon for it. If you just go to that link, it's good for the next 72 hours. So you have some time to look everything over. If you have any questions, you can always email us at support@cannabiscoachinginstitute.com. But it's up for the next 72 hours after this call.
But people can't get that deal just by going to our website right now, right? They have to get it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you have to grab this link. Yeah, it's not on the website. Don't tell anybody. You can tell whatever, but you have to grab it from this link. So I think, yeah, you can you copy and paste links?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll put them back in
right.
for us. Yeah.
Great. All right. Questions, anybody? About anything? We're here. We've carved out some time. Nobody? All right. Do we have some? Oh, we have questions we know we get. Do you want to answer some of those, Andrea?
Sure. Okay, let's guess. Well,
Prohibition.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Can I do this work if the place I live in is not legal yet? And the answer to that is 1,000% you can, for a couple of reasons, mostly because we don't actually touch the plant as cannabis educators. We are talking about what we have learned about the potential benefits and drawbacks of cannabis. And it's not illegal to talk about what you learn and what you know. And so we do have people literally all over the world doing this work, but we also have people specifically in states where it feels like it's like going backwards and stuff. So our idea around this is that it's so important, actually, if you're in a place that's still under prohibition, to be the source of actual clear education that's based on science, so that as your state comes online, you've already set yourself up to be the expert in the place. So yeah, I think that's our number one asked question.
Yeah, followed by number two, which is just how much time does it take to do it?
Yeah, such a great question. We recommend that people dedicate 2 to 3 hours a week for their classwork, and that would like get you through the program and you would do well. We do give you lots of opportunities and ways for you to kind of like nerd out on your own special nerd out road wherever you're going. Most students do find like a rabbit hole that they're really excited about and they dive into. So if you would like to go deeper on some weeks, that's great. And if you don't have the space to go deeper on some weeks, that's fine as well. So 2 to 3 hours a week. Thomas asked if it's US or Canadian. It's US. The program's based out of the States, although we do have, like I said, people from all over. Yeah.
A ton of Canadians, they're taking over.
Trying to.
So Thomas, we have Andrea is Canadian and I'm in the US. And so it's not a rivalry. It's because I'm winning.
If it was, I would be winning. So
Yes, awesome. Great questions. Okay, does anybody else have any? Oh, yes, Perry has a question. Go ahead, you can unmute yourself. Pop it in the chat. Can you do it, Andrea?
Yeah,
Hang on 1 second, Perry. We got to ask you to unmute.
there. I think that might have dinged you.
Mute. Is that
There you
working?
go. You got it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, ladies.
No.
I like making tinctures, and I've just recently started to delve into it, and had a little bit of problem getting the right alcohol. I'm using alcohol, Everclear. I put about 4 ounces of decarb material for about 24 hours with the marijuana and the tincture alcohol together. Anyways, did it for about 24 hours. Didn't want it to turn green. When I tried it, I needed about 7-8 millimeters to get the effect that I wanted. Can I let it evaporate? Would that concentrate it?
Sure would. Yep. Lots of different ways. Yeah, lots of different ways to do it. You can just leave it out on the counter, and over time it'll evaporate slowly. And some people do slowly, gently heat it up over a heat source, like maybe a coffee pot warmer. It's probably recommended to do that outside because the alcohol fumes
Right.
are extremely flammable. But yeah, that is exactly how you would get yourself a more concentrated tincture.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here, Perry.
Oh
Thanks,
man,
dude.
enjoying it. It's my first time joining you ladies in one of these events, and it's really, really cool to see that there's like-minded people around. I
Oh,
thank you. And I thank for
welcome.
your attention and energy. It's just awesome. It is. It's inspiring. I work union jobs. I'm starting to get older now. I'm getting sick of traveling and blah, blah, blah. And in the next year or so, I am going to take your course because I'm tired of traveling. I'm tired of working my butt off. My muscles are getting sore. I'm starting to rip some of them. And, it's that age thing, right? What do you do? Got to go
You put
gracefully.
salve on
So
it. You put lots
I'm
of salve
very
on
interested.
it.
I am very interested, and I've been not coming to your video things. It's my first time, like I said, but I have been paying attention and reading, and I really enjoy what I'm learning. I am learning quite a bit more. I love the plant. I have since I was 13, 14. And I just am glad that now I'm not looked at like I'm some kind of a sleazeball here in Canada. It's for the first few years, it was kind of like that, but it's starting to mellow out, and people are actually starting to become rational, be open minded. Finally,
That's
it's not the
amazing.
gateway drug to heroin or whatever. When I was younger, I'll tell you honestly, the gateway drug that screwed me up, alcohol.
Amen.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Perry. And thank you so much for being here for your first time. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who it's your first time, you might not know that we do a lot of stuff. We like getting together. We do Q&As, we do book clubs. It changes throughout the season. We actually have our next book club coming up. I don't know if my camera is going to let me show you. Cannabis and Spirituality by Stephen Gray. Stephen Gray is going to be there. Yeah, Bethany. Bethany, you crushed it this month. Yes, he will be there with us tomorrow on the call. So we'll be able to have a conversation with the man who wrote the book about cannabis and spirituality. And so we're kind of deviating a little bit more from our, we've been pretty nerdy. We've been talking about social justice and like super science and all of those things. This goes so far away from that. And I'm really excited for that to be our last book club of the season. So if this is your first time with us and you didn't know about it, please come tomorrow. Even if it wasn't your first time, come tomorrow and let's hang out and keep talking about this amazing plant. Our goal in doing all of these lives and getting together with everyone is to do just what Perry was talking about, which is give us all a place where we can feel like not a bunch of weirdos for loving this plant so much and wanting to learn a lot about it. And also to get you guys super excited and confident about sharing this with other people. Even if you're not doing this professionally, if you're like, I like my job, I like what I'm doing right now, we want you to leave this call and be able to tell someone that cannabis is healthy and share in a way that that helps, helps change the stigma and helps, allow people to see that this plant could potentially be for them. People are struggling right now and have been for years, with things that cannabis can help with. And like it's easy to get frustrated by it, but also it's really easy to get passionate about it too, and just not shut the fuck up about it and go out into the world and be able to tell people, hey, this plant helps. All right, Leon asked if she can do this if they can do this in New Zealand.
Yes, please do this work in New Zealand.
So needed
That's what
New Zealand.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier, is that this like go out and ask 10 people if cannabis is healthy or not, and you'll know that no matter where you are in the world, even if it's in California or BC or a place with a long cannabis history and culture, that people are really, really, really uneducated and uninformed and misinformed about this plant. So it's not legal in New Zealand yet, but having a population of New Zealanders who understand the potential benefits of the plant allows them to go to your legislators and help them to move the conversation on legalizing forward. I'm a teacher. I'm a lifelong teacher, 20 years now. And I think education is the key for everything. So it's a real no there in New Zealand now, but it was a real no here for a long time. And it was a real no in lots of places for a long time, until people just decided that they weren't going to take ridiculous laws against a plant that is, okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but we need
no, stay on it. Yeah.
Just like, it's so frustrating to me that we have all these countries and spaces with laws against a plant that cannot kill you at all. So, yeah.
Also, by the age of 21, 69% of people in New Zealand have used cannabis. So it might be a real no in terms of legalities, but people are seeking out this plant. They're obviously using this plant, probably, maybe not in the best ways for them. Like when most people think about cannabis, they think about smoking cannabis. That is not for everyone. And so even without touching the plant, you're able to do so much good, just like being able to drop little nuggets of wisdom in for people who are already interested in, or who are already using cannabis, so there's that perspective as well. Change the laws, like definitely change the laws, but there's already people everywhere, all over the planet, that are using this plant, and maybe not in a way that's like best for them. I think I saw so many people as they went through the dosage process, this month. And I don't know how many of you on the call did that, but we gave a dosage tracker. We said, hey, just track your dose for a week, see what happens. And people kept tracking throughout the month, which was really cool to be able to sit back and like read the data of like people figuring stuff out. Like, actually, that was too much for me. And when I dialed it back, or I added this thing in, it really changed things for me. And then, adding in cannabis meditation, and people like really starting to feel when the effects were coming on and what they were and how that worked for them. It's really incredible to see how people who've been using this plant for years, who are using it medicinally, when they're given these tools, these very simple tools, and when they're given the motivation to use those tools, then things change for them, like that's awesome. I think that's what excites us, like aside from all the cool nerdy stuff that we get to know, and aside from all the like justice aspects of this work, you're like, this is wrong, and I can't handle like living with this gigantic injustice, without speaking out about it. There's also this piece of watching people change their lives because of something you said. That's bonkers. There aren't many jobs where you can like say a couple things. And like, again, I've been doing this. I've been very lucky to do this job for this long. And I'll write a recipe 8 years ago and get an email last week, like that thing, usually something like weed lube or suppositories or something, like that people hadn't heard of being able to use cannabis in that way. They're like, oh my gosh, like this changed my life. This changed my sex life after, menopause, or I was experiencing incredible amounts of pain and nothing was helping. And the doctors were giving me all these different things and nothing was working. And then I tried this recipe. Like that level of impact that has staying power, that can keep changing people's world. whether or not they're living in a place with or without prohibition, without touching the plant at all. I mean, obviously I touch it in my own home, and I do live in a place where cannabis is legal. I'm very fortunate to do so. But like, without giving them the plant, there's something really fun and awesome about that. It's magical. It's a magical thing to do. I see some cannabis educator, Education is here currently. JJ's here right now. Like, I know some people that are here who do this work, and they're so excited about how awesome it is to help people with this plant.
Most rewarding job you can have, I think.
Oh yeah. And if you haven't already, if you didn't throughout the challenge, check out our podcast. This season, we got to sit down with our cannabis nerd heroes, and we're having some more conversations about some things that we get asked about all the time, like how to dose CBD. We'll be doing an episode here coming up soon about vape pens that people ask us about all the time, about how they work and if they're sketchy. So we're going to be doing that one this week as well. These are, again, all things that you can do as a cannabis educator, and all things that you can monetize as a cannabis educator. So you can get paid to do this work out there in the world without necessarily charging people to do this work. You know what I mean? There's like, again, I think there's something like really lovely and democratic about the process of monetizing this work without having to be like, pay me for this knowledge, you know, which if you weren't here earlier, I went on a little rant about, about that. Not a rant, but a discussion about that.
Julie says, other than this giveaway, are there any other future scholarship opportunities at CCI?
Potentially next year, not for this program. We've really done a lot to restructure the program and reduce costs, so it's accessible to people. When our program was at a higher rate for different types of programs, we were doing scholarships then, but our goal right now is to keep it affordable for everyone. So we will have giveaways maybe in the future. This might be our last one for a very long while, maybe until end of next year, probably around the same time, but I'm not sure. We don't have a plan on the docket for that.
And just popping the link in again for the insane deal that's available only to the people right here on this call. Yeah, we've never offered the program at this price, so snap it up.
Snap it up. Yes. That's awesome. And it's at that price. That's the foundations program. If you do want that done for you stuff that the winner also won, including the website and the done for you workshops and the retreat, you have the option to add that on after you sign up for the program, or when you're in the program later. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to have the done for you stuff. You can get started and start building your business as a cannabis educator and do that later. Or if you already have a website or those kinds of things, it's not a requirement anymore.
Perfect. Should we review our winners? Because there's been a couple people who popped
Go ahead.
in.
Yeah, review the winners.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, our runners up who won the Cannabis Cooking Masterclass are Bethany Sarnwick, Patricia Shepard, and Allie Hutchinson. Yeah, Bethany, go you. The winner of the Ardent is Denise Cromer, and the full ride scholarship winner is Samira Johnson. So again, congratulations to everyone who was part of it, and especially to the winners. Congratulations.
Okay, I think that's all we have for this call. Thank you so much for joining us on a Sunday. If you have any other questions that pop up afterwards, you can always email us at support@cannabiscoachinginstitute.com. Thank you all so much for joining us this month. We'll see you soon.
Maybe tomorrow on book club.
Maybe tomorrow on book club. Maybe in the course. Yeah, we're going to be all over the place. All right, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thank you so much.